Hello, my friends. How good to have you with us again for the big picture this quarter. We've been following a theme entitled Three Cosmic Messages. This week, our study is entitled A City Called Confusion. Let's pray together. Father in heaven, we come to you. I want to say thank you for being the Almighty God, the one that shares truth. Lord, I pray that you might be with us as we open your word today. Bless, guide and direct, we would ask in Jesus' name. Amen. It was the start of a journey of discovery for me. The event was called the Parliament of World Religions. It's not a genuine parliament, but certainly a truly international gathering of secular and religious elite. In 2009, the meeting was held in Melbourne, here in Australia. The first had been held in Chicago way back in 1896. There have been a couple of meetings since that Melbourne meeting. I attended this 5-day event, not because I agreed with the objectives of this organisation, but because I like to see firsthand how biblical prophecy is being fulfilled. At this meeting, I saw the literal fulfilment of much that I had taught prophetically for more than 30 years. I witnessed a Christianity that had morphed from a heart-changing force to an unrecognisable social political beast. In place of sound creationist teaching, I heard radical environmental activism. In place of an emphasis on personal sin and accountability to God, there was a politicised social justice agenda that simply masqueraded as a legitimate biblical compassion. Finally, I saw the foundations of an all-encompassing and all-accepting ecumenical super-religion. What an experience that was. At that meeting, I watched as government, business and church essentially read from the same script, and the spiritual mission of the Christian church give way to blatant political objectives. If ever I was disappointed with all the Christian church had become, it was at this meeting. So much of what I witnessed was profoundly unsettling. This week, our Bible study is entitled A City Called Confusion. It encourages us to study what is commonly known as the second angel's message of Revelation 14. This message is short, it's succinct, but it's abundantly clear. This is what it says. And another angel followed, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she's made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Now, at first reading, this message might be regarded as somewhat cryptic. Thankfully, however, in Revelation 17 and 18, this message is repeated again with much greater detail. It's this later passage that allows us to confidently decipher this passage in Revelation 14. With all this in mind, our Bible study guide brings together the salient points on Sunday. This is what it says. John wrote the book of Revelation at the end of the 1st century. By this time, the ancient city of Babylon was a dust heap. When John wrote down the messages in the book of Revelation, the literal city of Babylon had been destroyed for more than several centuries. In Revelation, the ancient city of Babylon is taken to be a type or symbol of end-time Babylon. In the prophecies of Revelation, Babylon represents a false religious system that will have similar characteristics to Old Testament Babylon. Now, this interpretation certainly fits all that's presented in Revelation 17 and 18. In these chapters, Babylon is pictured as an immoral woman. In Scripture, when used in a symbolic way, a woman represents the church or the bride of Christ. A pure woman represents a pure church. an immoral woman, the church in apostasy. It's actually quite repetitious in Scripture. Revelation 17 and 18, however, has a message for our contemporary religious world. This is developed on Monday. In this study, we notice that end-time Babylon, or the end-time institutional Church of Rome, has extended its reach and formed illicit relationships with both political and business leaders. But why not discuss this with your fellowship group? Perhaps you might like to ask this question. From your reading of Revelation 17 and 18, would you agree that the reach of the institutionalized Church of Rome extends far beyond religion to include political and business elite? Why is institutionalized religion linked to political and business powers such a dangerous combination? As we come to Tuesday, we could consider the example of the Tower of Babel to further understand the sin of modern-day Babylon. There's so much in this. Our Bible study guide presents the reality in this way. In essence, spiritual Babylon represents a religion based on human teachings, established on human ideas, and supported by human tradition. It's a form of human-made religion built by, perhaps, brilliant human religious leaders, but it stands in opposition to the power of the gospel. This statement is so important because it's simply so relevant to everything we witness in the contemporary religious environment. I certainly witnessed it at the Parliament of World Religions. In place of sound creationist teaching, there was radical environmental activism. In place of emphasis on personal sin and accountability to God, there's a politicised social justice agenda that masqueraded as legitimate biblical compassion. And in place of a God-given spiritual mission to make disciples, there was blatant political objectives. This is the reality of the contemporary religious world. Personally, I believe in sharing this reality. The angel would have had tears in his eyes. Significantly, however, the angel doesn't stop there. In Revelation 18:4, God's people are called out of Babylon. This is no ecumenical call to unity. But what does this mean? Why not chat about this in your fellowship group? Perhaps you could ask these questions. What do you understand it means to be in spiritual Babylon? What does it mean to come out of spiritual Babylon? Is it possible to be culturally living in Babylon while still being a church-attending Seventh-day Adventist? What would it mean for an Adventist to come out of cultural Babylon? As we come to Wednesday, the discussion of these questions continues. Significantly, however, we notice that while God has faithful people living in Babylon in the very last portion of time, these are called out of the incredible confusion that is engulfing the institutional church. If you like, this is a call to wholehearted commitment, to purity, and to a faithful response to all that Christ has done. What a message this angel has the privilege of sharing. Thank you so much for joining with us. If you'd like to contact us, we can be contacted at the address on your screen. May the Lord richly bless you. I'm really looking forward to joining with you again next week.